Hello world, this is the Mr. Kyle. If you're seeing this, you may have come here from Teachers Pay Teachers, and if so, thanks for dropping by. I'm going to take a few minutes in this video to demonstrate my electronic sign-out sheet for your classrooms. An easy, hassle-free way to keep track of who's entering, leaving your room without the hassle of using a paper logbook. Without further ado, let's jump in, but before we actually set things up, we have to ensure that we've taken a few precautions to make sure everything runs smoothly. First, you want to extract this wherever makes sense to you. I keep it on our school board's drive for my own account, so it's accessible by any school computer. Put it wherever makes sense to you. But after you extract it, which I'm just going to extract it right here, after you extract it, make sure that this folder, Sign Out Assets, is in the same place as the actual sign out sheet itself. This is the sign out sheet itself. Make sure that these are in the same place so that everything runs smoothly. The other thing we need to do is quickly go into, and by the way, I'm using Microsoft Excel 2007, and as long as you have Excel 07 or a future version of Excel, this tool should run fine, but it does require Microsoft Excel because it's a spreadsheet. But before we do any of this, we need to go into Excel options here, and we need to go down to the Trust Center, to Trust Center settings, and we need to make sure all macros are enabled, because if they aren't, the thing won't work. So now we're here, now we've got the screen open and everything's hunky-dory. And this is what your students will see. And this is what I keep open on my student computer in my room, and all they have to do is click to sign out. But before you actually do that, I want to show you how to add your students to the actual system. We're going to click this button here called Lists. Woohoo! And here you can see I've started to add just my own cheeky versions of students here. You can add as many as you need to, fill this list if you need to. Be aware that homeroom names need to be kept kind of short just for the way the form works. But you add your students in here. You also want to add where they could possibly go. I've added some of the more obvious ones: washroom, water fountain, locker, and so on. I've got support in this tool for 7 different destinations. Do what you need to do. The other thing that you can add, and that you're going to need to add here if you want the full functionality of the sheet, is your class schedule. So I've just added in the timetable for my school here, along with start and end times. Notice these are in 24-hour time. The system will automatically convert it to that, but you want to be careful not to have times such as 1 in the morning in here by accident. The other thing I'm going to show you before I flip back to the sign out sheet is these buttons here. There's always the concern that students could access things they're not supposed to. So by default, when you open the sheet, it will be locked, and I'm going to show you what that looks like. When you lock it, it'll automatically come back to this page, and if you try to go into lists, it will ask you for a password. Or a PIN, a 4-digit PIN number. You can change this if you want to. The initial PIN is going to be in the README, so feel free to look there if you download the sheet. I'm just going to enter that password for now. And once I've done that, boom, we're here, it's fine, I can access it. This is one-time access. If I want to unlock it permanently, I have to click the unlock button, enter the master PIN, beep 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 beep, and Bob's your uncle. So, let's have a look at how the tool actually works. When my students come up and they click the sign out button, they are greeted with this wonderful little screen here. They choose what homeroom they're in, they choose their name. Let's say Mario needs to, let's say he needs to go to the washroom, because, you know, pipes and stuff. When I click sign me out, what happens is, and this would normally appear automatically on your screen, a little window like this pops up, saying who went where and for how long. If the student wants to sign back in, all they have to do is click the button that says I'm back. And I'm just going to hop on another student. Let's say same class, Luigi's also going places, he's going to the water fountain, sure. Plumbers, you know, it's a thing. And these can stay up side by side, and they'll each keep independently their own time. So you can see that, you know, Mario's been out quite a while, and Luigi's only just left, whatever. Okay, so at this point, a little bit of time has passed, and Mario and Luigi apparently went off to the washroom and water fountain together and are being little delinquents about it. Okay, well, 4 minutes isn't that bad, but let's say it's 7, let's say it's 10, whatever. You'll also notice that these change color, just as an easy visual indicator of how long someone's been gone. You know, do with that what you will. Alright, so now we're on the logs page, and this is the bit that will be useful in the event that you have students who are routinely absent from class for extended periods of time, or leaving the room every day and you don't particularly have a good reason, or just to have the ongoing log of students leaving the room. This is automatically updated every time students exit and enter the room as they sign out and as they sign back in. What you can see here is we have each individual date, student, homeroom, what class they were in, where they went, and also whatever period they left and the time out in and how long they were gone. As you can see here, our Mario, for example, didn't come back that period. And there's also, and if I really want to get a sense of that particular student, I can click here and filter it to see just Mario. And as you can see, the average time out here, 5 minutes, and each individual instance of him leaving the room. I've obviously done all these on the same day, so you can ignore the date thing, but that's more or less how this works. So that is how this tool works, and I hope it'll be useful for you. If there are any bugs, granted this is still in a bit of a beta, and there may be bugs or challenges or things that need fixing, and if there are, please feel free to leave me a message on Teachers Pay Teachers, and again, the link will be below. Thanks everybody, and happy school year!